Hello everyone, and welcome to the first class of the Roll with Life Committee presented by Roll with Life. I'm the host, the role model / Kendra Hummer. Today's class we're going to talk about how to engage with individuals with a disability the right way. So let's get started. Now, before we start, a little disclaimer. These are just my opinions. These are what I've noticed throughout my years of having to prove myself to everybody and having to work 10 times harder just to make people realize my condition and my disability does not define me. It's a part of me, but it does not define what I'm capable of. So this is what I've just gathered with observation and with my own knowledge of how I think people should engage individuals with a physical disability. So, let's get started. These are just little key factors, and I can elaborate on them if need be. The first one, and probably the most important one, is when you're talking to an individual, make sure you engage with that individual. Look them in the eye, because if you don't look them in the eye, it can cause them to feel all kinds of different emotions, including anger, frustration, you name it. Because if you really think about it, it is degrading in some way, and that makes the biggest difference when individuals with a physical disability are out in public or at a cashier or vice versa. So make sure you talk to them and not to their caregiver, even if the caregiver has to respond for them. Engage with the person. Number 2, probably the second most important. Make sure when you're talking with an individual, it's the right tone of voice. Because tone of voice means everything. You might not think it does, but how you talk to them is super, super important. And that will make them feel encouraged if you talk to them like a normal person. So always make sure to engage in that way with the right tone of voice, because that means everything to them. And that can help them realize that they finally don't feel misunderstood. And a lot of people with a physical disability feel misunderstood because they only have physical needs instead of both intellectual and physical. But these do apply for individuals with intellectual disabilities. And Yeah, so this carries over to everyone with disabilities. So please make sure you use the right tone of voice that's not degrading, that doesn't make them feel more isolated than they already do. Make sure you talk to them like you would your coworker or your best friend. Like, use that same tone of voice consistently to not make them feel like they're a little kid, and that is just extremely degrading and discouraging, and makes them feel a certain type of way that they might not be able to verbalize. Number 4, and probably all of these are important, but probably the most important out of all of them, approach is everything. So, if you come in with the wrong approach for that day, let's say, it will set the tone for the rest of the day. And it won't just affect you, it will affect the individuals as well. And it's extremely important that everybody knows that each individual is different. So not all the same approaches will apply. So make sure you have the right approach for the right individual. And that's all I have for today. But if you want to join the Roll with Life community, please sign up for the classes. I will be doing one either next week or in 2 weeks. I haven't decided yet. And I hope you guys enjoyed the first ever Roll with It committee training or class, I should say. So I hope this format is great. If anybody has any issues, please let me know and I will fix them. But the role model is rolling out. Bye guys, have a great day.